Where is, where's the resolution to bring them on? Or where's the orders?
It's right there.
All right, I was making sure.
Under regular resolutions.
All right, so just to continue the meeting, we're going to call the regular meeting to order. It is now 7:04. So we're going to get right into it, guys. So approval of minutes, need a motion and a second.
I'll second. The Silva
So-
seconds.
Mungo motioned and De Silva second. Mungo motioned, De Silva second. Roll call?
De Silva,
Yes.
Henley,
Yes.
Mungo,
Yes.
The June 15, 2021 regular meeting minutes is what we just went over. We're going to open the meeting for public comment on agenda items only.
Make a motion to open.
No.
No?
You can do all in favor?
you can just open it.
Yeah. Yes.
Public agenda.
On agenda items only, yes.
I understand and I appreciate Wendy giving me the information that the trash collectors are really not our decision. It's Mount Holly who we have to vend to, who they want to hire. But I want you to know that I have 2 trash cans in my garage because they have so many holes in them that I can't have them out. They get completely drenched with water. The trash people use these arms and they do not do them well. They put big holes in our trash cans. And you just try to go to Home Depot and buy a big trash can. It's a lot of money. So even though we have to hire them again, I'm unhappy that I realize now Holly holds the contract. But I wish officially the township committee could tell them, and Wendy can also tell you that we have lots of complaints from people whose trash cans have been trashed. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Perfect. We're going to close public comment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Monthly reports, police department, Department of Public Works, the tax collector reports are all posted. We're going to get into the resolution. Resolution 83-21, payment of vouchers. This resolution approves the payment of bills through 4/20/2021. Do we have a motion?
De Silva make a motion.
I'll second.
Roll call?
De Silva,
Yes.
Henley,
Yes.
Mungo,
Yes.
Resolution 92-21, resolution naming Democratic candidate oath of office. We're going to do the oath now.
nope, motion and second.
Make a
De
motion.
Silva make a motion.
Mungo second.
Roll call?
De Silva,
Yes.
Henley,
Yes.
Mungo.
Yes.
Now you get to go.
You ready? We got the Bible tonight?
Steve, do we have a Bible? Yep.
I, Lee Carr, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all duties of committee according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Gotcha.
Take jobs.
Gotcha.
So Mayor Henley, I just want to make note on the ordinance. We've already had the public hearing on this, and we are just going to vote on the ordinance.
So we're not going to read through each ordinance.
You still need to read
Right.
the
But we're
ordinance,
not going to stop it.
but we don't stop for public comment because we already had it last time. So you
Okay.
just go through.
So now we're reading the ordinance, though. We stop for roll call and for a first and a second on each one.
Yeah, you
correct?
do a motion to adopt,
Motion adopted.
second,
Perfect.
and vote.
So ordinance 6, 2021 bond ordinance, public hearing. This is a second reading, motion, and a second required. Public hearing was on 6/15/2021.
Silver make a motion.
Mungo, second.
Roll call?
Before I call roll, Mr. Carr, have you had ample opportunity to review the said ordinance on tonight's agenda?
Yes, ma'am, I've had ample opportunity.
Competent to vote?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Thank you. Carr,
Yes.
De Silva,
Yes.
Henley,
Yes.
Mungo.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
This bond ordinance provides for the acquisition of various capital equipment for the township, including vehicles for the police department, various pieces of equipment, and an ambulance for the WTES, and various roadway improvements. Down payment in the amount of $53,000. Total amount to be raised is $1,005,590.
Mayor Henley, may I interject again for consent agenda? Just make sure you're voting all at once for the following items. If there's anything that needs to be pulled, you need to poll the council.
Okay. Consent agenda, resolution note. Consent agenda items are considered to be routine and will be enacted with one single motion. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by the certification of ability of funds, and items requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda. So now, at this point, I just read every agenda, correct?
No, you don't read any of it. Ask
Okay.
if the committee needs to pull anything.
Okay. Do you guys need to pull anything? Are you okay with everything that's on the agenda?
Mayor Henley, I need to pull 8521, please.
We'll save that for the end.
Okay?
So now you're going to read you're going to say, motion to adopt 7521, 8421, 8621 through 9421.
So motion to adopt 7521, 8421, 8621 through 9421.
Mungo will make a motion.
De Silva was second.
Roll call?
Carr,
Yes.
De Silva,
Yes.
Henley,
Yes.
Mungo.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
So now we will pull out and go over 8521. So 8521, resolution authorizing cancellation of taxes, block 906.01, lot 17, 92% disabled veteran. Do we have a motion?
Mungo motion.
Silva was second.
Roll call?
Carr,
Abstain.
De Silva,
Yes.
Henley,
Yes.
Mungo.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0-1.
OPM mailbox and correspondence, there are none. Open meeting to the public. Please remember to state your name and address for the record.
Anyone else who would like to comment from earlier workshop may do so.
Yeah, microphone up there? We did.
Yeah,
We used to have a microphone up there. Where's it? You got it.
Name and address for the record, please.
Judy Collins, 31 Mary Lane. My husband is the one who built the library
Very nice.
for the dedication. I also want to comment that Kathy and Jay Cohen are a Christian family, and we feel very confident in what they have done with this library. But we also didn't understand, and I guess I just wanted an answer. Why was it asked to be taken down when there was no ordinance? I don't understand that, because it's the size of a birdhouse, but I just felt that it could have stayed, or someone could have done it a lot better than they did. We felt kind of threatened as a neighborhood, to be honest, and that was all I really wanted to say. We feel it's going to promote literacy, and then we feel that it's going to be a good thing. And the reason, And the only reason I posted it on West Hampton 08060 was as a good thing. I really felt that it was a positive thing to happen after COVID and the fact that we lost people in our neighborhood. Thank you.
Understand, ma'am. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Any other comments?
Brian Gibbs, the Team Mayfair. I represent a small community, Fernbrook, which is a 91, 55 plus community. And a couple of people come up to me and ask about the little library and so on. And that's why I'm here to represent them. And we're all for it. We do have common areas that we could put one on, instead of being on someone's home area. We do have common areas, but we're all for it. But we do have a lot of regulations in our community, so we definitely want to make sure we have regulations for the library. And like you said, the charter spells out the size and stuff like that. I think that's what we want to make sure that we have that included, whatever you guys decide, and make sure the size is right and material and all that. And we're all for that as long as we do it the right way. Okay?
This is not even, I got a question. Because you guys have discussed it, have you guys discussed putting it on private property or?
Well, we have common area. We have a common area in our community, a lot of common area. We have a pergola area, pond, all that, so it won't be right on the street, it'll be kind of off, offset. If everyone in the community is going with that.
Would you guys have an issue to put it on a private property?
The board might, it'll have to go up to the board and decide. We're very regulated with what we can do and what we can't do.
No, I understand.
So, and I'm part of the board, I'm also part of the ARB, Architecture Review Board, so I'm going to make sure that everyone follows the standards, based on the rules and regulations when we, got the upgrade back in, was 2002 or so. So we want to make sure that, we just follow everything the right way, and whether it be, that'll be up to the board to decide whether it's on private or common, but we're good for the common area.
And have you guys talked to your board about doing it? Like, is your board, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that you're speaking for the board, but as a member of the board, do you foresee it being an issue to get it done in your community?
I don't know. We're just kind of exploring it right now. It was brought to my attention a couple of weeks, about 3-4 weeks ago. In fact, we just had the local library come to us a couple of weeks ago for the first time. And we had like 14 people show up from the community for that. And then they mentioned about this. I said, okay, maybe find out more. And then I heard about this. I decided to come to hear this.
Perfect.
And I said, well, we'll bring it up to the board. We'll see. But we want to follow whatever regulations, if there's permits involved, the whole thing, we follow everything to the T, as far as permits and, making sure that it's appropriate for everyone too, so.
Perfect.
We do have some homeowners that would be, I guess, the sponsors or whatever for that, so. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Vivian Hairston, Shairston. I'm a resident of 13 Amara Lane, West Hampton, New Jersey. And I'm here on behalf of the little library that they hosted in our neighborhood, Drake and Kathy Coleman. And I believe that the Colemans did their research, went through the proper channels, as far as setting the library up in the correct manner, and with the people that they were supposed to do it with. However, hopefully, it wasn't an instruction on the municipality, which made you guys decide that we should have it in our neighborhood. You were talking to this gentleman about it being on private property. It is on private property in our neighborhood. I don't know of anybody in the neighborhood that would have a problem with it. The dedication was to 3 people who had passed, and a few in our neighborhood, of which my daughter was one of them. She was a school teacher. She served during this pandemic to our children. She also was setting up a library with her school in the Camden area. and she passed away before that got done. And when I heard about the efforts that the Cohens were going to do, it just did my heart such a privilege to know that someone thought enough to do something like this. For the children in our area who had gone through a whole year of being schooled at home, not being able to get out, it's just something a little extra. I don't understand exactly why the ordinance came through to take it down. I'm just hoping that you guys reconsider and can see this through.
And Ms. Harrison, I don't know that you were in the other meeting.
No,
Okay, so first, I'm sorry about your daughter. I'm sorry for your loss. You definitely have my thoughts and prayers. I was just asking, just to get an idea, because when we were meeting in there, we were asking about, like, is it best to go on private property? Is it best to go on township property? Is it, like, how would it be maintained? So I was just asking out of curiosity, like, how they thought about doing it, just so, whatever we decide, it's best for most residents and doesn't prohibit anyone else who wants to be involved. So that's the only reason why I was asking the questions. All righty? No worries. Thank you. Okay, one more time.
I just want to check. As far as the whole library being maintained, with our community, we will maintain that. So we won't take any money from the township to maintain that. The common areas, we do have liability insurance, so we want to cover pretty good for areas like that too. So, but yeah, we would, as long as we follow the specs, building all that stuff, we will actually, go to the board, they'll go out to the membership of the community, and has to pass 3/4, has to approve it. And then if they approve it, then the board approve it, and then we go over and see. But we will be looking at it as being maintained by the homeowners association.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Any other comment? Nancy?
You know how I feel about the libraries. I'm very, very positive towards that. And I don't want to take anything away from that, but there's another issue I'd like to bring before you.
Sure.
I have discussed it, what?
Your name.
Nancy Berkeley, I'll steer you know who I am.
I know, but the record doesn't.
I have discussed it with the chief and the traffic person, and unfortunately, we both agreed that the problem I'm talking about is on a county road. It's in front of the Wawa. When Wawa came to the Land Development Board, they said no big trucks. They wouldn't allow big trucks on their property, and trucks would not be parking on the road. Well, guess what? I almost think almost every time that I travel that road, there's some huge semi, and especially one truck that has the 20 cars behind it parked on the shoulder of the road, and it overlaps onto the area where cars are. It's also right in front of where the bank and Wawa are coming out of their driveway, so they can't see when the cars are coming. So because it was a county road, we thought there was nothing we really could do until I read one of our ordinances. And we have an ordinance that talks about county roads, especially Springside Road, where it says no cars are allowed to be parked or standing on the side of the road at any time. And so we did that for county roads, and I think that we should be able to do that for the Beverly Vancouver's Road from Ridge Street up to 295. And I just can imagine someone's going to come in or out, or someone is going to slide sight around that truck that's halfway in the road, and someone's going to be beside them, and there's going to be an accident. And there's no reason for these big semi-trucks to park because they can't go in long. I'm just afraid someone's going to get killed. So it's an ordinance you have already. All you have to do is add Beverly Vancouver's Road from here to here, and then the police have the authority to give a ticket because it's against the ordinance. I'm sure the chief will have some opinions about that, but I just wanted to bring this to your attention.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't see the email this morning regarding this, and I 100% 100% agree that it is a site issue regarding this. I lived on that side of the neighborhood for several years in front of the wildlife that Ms. Burke was speaking about, and there is a hazard there. The ordinance does exist now. I think based on, that wildlife being fairly new, we weren't, we were unsure of the obstructions that were going to happen there, right? So Ms. Burke brought it to our attention. I think it's a great idea. I was going to pass it along to the solicitor tomorrow and give his opinion about it, and then possibly enter it into the change of the ordinance very soon.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
You have something, sir?
Jake Cohen from 79 Maryland. So what happens now? I had the building inspector out on Monday, the week ago Monday. I didn't take it down, and then somebody, a committee person from our street said, take the books out, and there's going to be a discussion on it, which there is. Then he called me on Friday, told me to take it out. So what happens now? Where do we go from here? I mean, to him, it's just a few bolts. To me, it's like, I have neighbors coming up to me and saying, are you taking it down? I mean, what happens now?
Would you like me to answer?
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I think that what we should do is I will talk with the committee and come up with a temporary solution for operation of the Little Free Library while we work on creating some guidelines for the township. I just ask that if anyone else is going to erect a structure on their property, regardless of the outside research that they have done, that they please contact the township just in case there may be an issue that they're not readily available to via our ordinances. So for now, we can work on creating these guidelines. We will allow the Little Free Library to exist if that's okay with the committee.
It's okay with me.
We'll work something out into
Okay,
an
too.
ordinance and go towards introduction and adoption with these new guidelines. And of course, with every new ordinance that we introduce to the township residents are welcome to come and comment or question anything that we are putting into this ordinance.
When do we find out about that?
The next township meeting is August 10th, but it depends on how much we can get done work-wise in the meantime.
We can't use it legally.
No, that's not what I said. I said you may go ahead and use it while we create these guidelines, but please understand that once we create these guidelines, that Little Free Library has to be met in those guidelines. So that will include a variance off the side of the road. It will include height, location, etc. We will do our best to make it as accessible as we can for the residents that are coming to use it, as well as the residents who want to erect them. But I think that just we need time to work on creating these. So if you're willing to accept the fact that these guidelines are even move it back slightly off the road further than it is now, we'll continue to allow you to operate while we work on solidifying these guidelines.
I did email Gene, the township that had an ordinance.
Okay?
The whole thing. I did. He asked me to send him some information on it.
Okay.
And he told me when he called that they were working on something. I thought it was already going to be written up. Okay.
No, and just to to piggyback off what we were talking about earlier, like I think that as you can see, what we're trying to find is uniformity, right? Because obviously we have another gentleman, you're right here, so who's asking about the free library. Like, congratulations to you, ma'am, and an applaud that you started a trend that can help our children and help bring our community together. So I don't think that this isn't a situation where we're looking to kind of tear it apart. It's a situation where we want to make sure that we're giving everyone in West Hampton an opportunity to maybe do the same thing if they so should choose, right? And as you can see, like, there's little things that can throw it off. Like, this was like a perfect example of how I wanted to ask some questions, because where it's like a common area and it's a totally different situation than what the Amara community is, right? And then how do we make that uniform? So I don't know that it's something that takes 15 minutes to just, that we half-heartedly have a discussion. I think it's going to involve, like, our legal people. It's going to involve what we can do to make sure that we give everyone an opportunity and that we protect the township. And even though I know you guys don't need protecting, but we protect the residents who are involved, because it can pop up anywhere in our community. And how do we make it so that they have protection as well?
Just to add to that, we have to the committee for further any other libraries, and also give the information from the Little Free Library that they sent us, so that, you know, especially the guidelines and specifications that they do, or the charter to hold it, so in case someone like this community would like to do it, it would make it easier for everybody, including the township.
That would be perfect, and maybe at some point, if we're able to make it uniform, we're able to do it, maybe it's something that we can put on our website so that everyone knows the steps that they would have to do and the work that it takes in order to get it done, you know, and then what numbers are due or who to contact, et cetera.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. I forgot where we were. Let's see here.
16.
There we go. Do we have any committee liaison reports or comments from township committee members?
Mayor Henley, have to close public.
Okay, see. We have a motion to close open comment?
Oh, you someone to make a motion?
Second.
I was just, I heard your mouth speak, so I was just waiting for you.
All in favor? I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Do we have any committee liaison reports, any comments from township committee members?
I want to make a comment about the free library. I think it is a really good idea. I think all of us up here think it is a good idea to have. It's just the liability that we were concerned about. With other people putting it up on their residence and not sure what they were going to do, how, you know, what kind of structure they're going to put, like if there's guidelines and stuff like that. But you, in our last meeting, you said there was a lot of guidelines, and I definitely think that's something that we'll take into consideration and pretty much follow if, you know, when we're moving forward with this. We definitely, I understand the residents' feelings towards it, thinking that we wanted to take it down and we were for not having it. That is not the case at all. That was never the case. When I heard about it, I loved the idea, but there is guidelines as a township that we do have to follow. So people just can't randomly just put up stuff. So that's what we are working towards doing for anybody in the future to do it. And so that's all I have to say about that. And congratulations, Odie.
Thank you.
You know, have you up here. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
I don't have any liaison reports, but I did want to make a comment too. I applaud you for coming out tonight. I thank all the residents for coming to support this. It is a great cause. I mean, you guys touched my heart just with the dedication and you speaking on behalf of how it came about. And literacy for our children is very important. And so I thank you for that. We need more positive people like you in our community to continue to do things, not just for ourselves, but for others. And I applaud the entire community for that. And I hope that we can, you know, put something in place so that we don't just have random little communities or libraries popping up without going through the charter as you did. I knew about them, the communities and the libraries as our school. We had one built by our woodshop class at the high school, and they were going to put one out in front of our own school, but we did not even go through the work of the charter itself, so I didn't realize there was even that much involved. So thank you for that information, and you know, hopefully we can just get something in place for you guys to keep it there. So thank you again, and congratulations, Odie, for being a part of the committee tonight.
I'd just like to say it's encouraging to see our community come together and support this great cause. I'd like to thank the committee, Mayor Henley, Mr. De Silva, committee woman Mungo, for putting special trust in me to perform in this position, and I do not take this lightly, and I look forward to serve the residents of West Hampton. Thank you.
Thank you. And again, just to piggyback, like I know it never gets old, right? Like to hear other praise. But a lot of us are, you know, we speak for the community only because we have relationships with the community. So I look at this as a new relationship, and I look forward to seeing like how it all unfolds. But again, we just want to make sure that we're doing the best for every resident and putting everyone in a position to be able to share and triumph and to create literacy for our children. So, lastly, I wanted to read a statement prepared. I know there's been a lot of rumors about the Virtua property and it being sold, and just want to make sure that, put on the record, or I put on the record, just, the feelings about that. So, like many of you, I've been hearing the rumors, and I saw last week's article regarding Virtua's decision to make improvements to the Mount Holly Hospital instead of developing a new medical center in West Hampton. While I'm disappointed in Virtua's decision, I am hopeful that Virtua will find another appropriate use for the site. The site is located in an office research one zone with a small part fronting Wood Lane and a commercial zone. These zones permit uses such as medical offices, with retail being permitted in the commercial zone. Warehouses are not permitted in either of these zones. I know that everyone in town is concerned that another warehouse will be developed on the site. While a developer can always seek a use variance, I can tell you now, and I believe my fellow members of the committee agree, a warehouse is not a good use for this property. I am not in favor of rezoning this property for the development of a warehouse. And that's something I know that, we see the signs and we see everything that's going on, and just, keep in mind that we are a part of the community, but some things, we do for the best for the township, and some things we have to do that's best for the residents. So this is one of those things that, we feel like we want to make sure that the residents know, how we feel. With that being said, we have our dates to remember. Next scheduled meeting is August the 10th, 2021. We have the food trucks at the firehouse on July 17th. By the way, I heard the food trucks. I'm definitely want to make sure that I'm going to be there. I heard that's been a really good time.
I just want to make mention it's at 4 o'clock, not 3.
It's at 4 o'clock. We also have National Night Out Tuesday, August the 3rd, from 7 to 9 with various locations. So we have a lot of events coming up, and this is an opportunity for everyone to get out and get together after we've been cooped up for so long. So let's make sure that we just definitely try to take advantage of it. With that being said, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Silva make a motion.
Longo, second.
All in favor?
All right.
Thank you.
Do you have to sign?